That day, the sun had just tilted to the west, leaving a golden light refracting on the glass building of a large mall in central Beijing. In front of the building, thousands of fans had already filled the area, some carrying banners bearing the faces of Zhang Linghe and Zhao Jinmai, others shouting their names. The atmosphere was full of enthusiasm, as if the whole city was welcoming. This event was originally only planned as a simple fan meeting to promote their latest drama. But who would have thought it became an event where the closeness of the two was shown so clearly. Zhao Jinmai appeared first, her smile as soft as ever, with simple tied hair. Behind him, Zhang Linghe caught up, towering high, making all eyes fall directly on him. As soon as the two stood side by side on the stage, boisterous cheers erupted. Without needing many words, fans could feel there was something different in their gaze that day. Look at each other, smile at each other. The event began with a light question and answer. The MC asked them to share their filming experience together. Zhao Jinmai excitedly recounted how Zhang Linghe often took him to dialogue exercises in between breaks. Linghe, with his little smile, chimed in, "If I don't accompany, who else can make sure he doesn't forget the dialogue?" The sentence was simple, but the fans immediately cheered. Jinmai spontaneously lowered his head, his face flushed, while Linghe only smiled casually. The camera captured the moment, revealing how Linghe's gaze always fell on Jinmai, even when he himself wasn't speaking. On the big screen that showed their faces closer, the look of those attentive eyes was so obvious. Fans shouted hysterically, some covered their faces with their hands, others exclaimed loudly, "Couple Naya Taya." Little touches that shake. As the game session begins, the MC asks the two to guess the word by facial expression. Zhao Jinmai got the task of giving an expression, while Zhang Linghe had to guess. In the middle of the game, Jinmai laughed so hard that he almost lost his balance. Without thinking long, Linghe reached out and held back his arm. That little touch only lasted a few seconds, but it was enough to make the room explode with screams. Jinmai seemed a little misbehaving, but Linghe responded so naturally, as if it was the most ordinary thing he did. However, it was precisely this natural attitude that made fans even more convinced that their relationship was more than just colleagues. "If you keep laughing like this, I have to keep taking care of you," Linghe said softly, clearly audible by the microphone. Again, the fans shouted, "Secrets that are no longer hidden." Behind the stage, the staff noticed that the two were always together. When the commercial breaks, they choose to sit close together, talk quietly, sometimes even share a drink from the same bottle. Observant fans captured those details with their cameras. The photos then quickly circulated on social media, creating a trending topic with the title, "Zhang Linghe and Zhao Jinmai are still colleagues or already a couple?" On stage, during the session answering fans' questions, someone boldly asked, "If it's not filming, you two often walk together, don't you?" A moment of silence. Jinmai looked confused, but Linghe just smiled, then replied casually, "If there is time, why not?" The answer made Jinmai even more misbehaving, while the fans were getting hysterical. Courage in front of everyone. The autograph session begins. Fans came forward one by one to get autographs and perhaps a short greeting from their idol. When one of the fans gave Jinmai a small heart-shaped doll, the girl accepted it with a warm smile. But before he could put it down, Linghe casually took the doll out of his hands. "I'll take care of him first. Let him not bother," he said with a smile. Fans who witnessed the scene immediately shouted louder than before. Jinmai could only smile stiffly, turning to Linghe with a look that was hard to explain, between upset, embarrassed, and God knows what else. A look that shakes the heart. Events began to approach the end. The MC asked them to stand closer for a photo session with fans. Zhang Linghe was standing right next to Zhao Jinmai, a very close distance away. When the camera panned, Linghe turned his head briefly, looking at Jinmai in such a sincere way. The gaze was not contrived, as if the world around them had disappeared, leaving only two people in the crowd. The photos went viral. Fans named the moment as a 3-second stare that made millions jealous. After the lights go out, After the show, the two returned to the break room. They took off formal suits and costumes, replacing them with casual clothes. However, their chemistry didn't just disappear. In that enclosed space, Jinmai said with a slight tone of protest, "You were too brave. Everyone misunderstood." Linghe just chuckled softly. "If what I did just now made them misunderstand, so be it. I just want you to feel comfortable." Jinmai was silent. His heart was pounding, but his lips could not answer. Fans are never wrong. That night, social media was full of speculation. Fans made a video compilation of their intimate moments throughout the event. From the gaze, to the little touches, to the way they look at each other. The hashtag Linghe Jinmai real couple is trending #1 on Weibo. Many write comments like, if this is still acting, then they are the best actors in the world. The eye can never lie. I saw real love there. The news reached their manager's ears. However, instead of rebuking, the manager actually said, "If you do have a good relationship, don't hide it too hard. Fans can feel it." A sense of unspeakable comfort. The following days, Zhang Linghe and Zhao Jinmai remained professionals on the set. But whenever there is free time, they are always seen together. Sometimes they just sit in a corner, reading scripts, sometimes joking lightly with each other. To everyone's impression, Linghe always treated Jinmai with a protective attitude, no matter who was looking. Fans who were lucky enough to see them at the airport recounted how Linghe always walked a little behind Jinmai, making sure he didn't bump into anyone else. Those little moments further strengthened the conviction of many that there was something sincere between them. Undeniable closeness. Finally, a special interview was conducted. The reporter asked them directly, "A lot of fans see your closeness. How exactly was Zhang Linghe and Zhao Jinmai's relationship?" Jinmai was silent, confused as to what to answer. But before he opened his mouth, Linghe calmly replied, "Our relationship is comfortable. That's the most important thing. On camera or off camera, I always want her to feel comfortable with me." It was like a confession with no other words. Fans are increasingly convinced that whatever label they choose, the sense of comfort that radiates is clearly undeniable. More than just colleagues. That day, the camera spotlight was only showing two young actors who were promoting the drama. But for fans, what they see is two hearts trying to keep each other in the center of the world's spotlight. Zhang Linghe and Zhao Jinmai's closeness in front of fans is not just a promotional strategy, but a reflection of something real. A sense of comfort, caring, and perhaps, a love that slowly grows without them realizing it. And for the millions of people who watched, that moment will always be remembered as the day when two stars shone not only because of their acting, but also because their hearts were adrift of each other.